what's your plan for, I don't know about tomorrow, but more so Sunday and Monday specifically? You doing anything? You got some free time? You want to come hang out with us? We can go get dinner.
Catch a movie.
A nice
Rent out a
stroll.
theater.
It's supposed to snow this weekend though, so maybe not.
Is it really?
Yeah.
I'm
Sunday.
going out of town this weekend.
Sunday. Where are you going?
Glenwood Springs.
Ooh. Gonna go soak in the tubs.
Before they kill me on election day.
Yeah.
So,
Tom's getting surgery.
trying to enjoy my little bit of last time.
That's wise. That's wise. Hi everybody. I'm John.
I'm Dom.
We are here to talk about Final Order Cutoff, or FOC, as we like to abbreviate, because yay for brevity. I took a picture of one of these. Look, I got to show you real quick, and I'll show you too. I found this in this Iron Man book that we were pricing just now. I told Randy that's a picture of John doing FOC every Sunday and Monday right much. There. Just like, I don't know what I'm doing. What's happening?
Where do you start?
What do you even... So yeah, Final Order Cutoff is our last chance as a comic book store to adjust our order on comics before they actually ship out to us. So it's super important. We take it very seriously. We look at a lot of things when we're determining what we're ordering and how many we're ordering because, you know, too much and it doesn't sell, and then we're stuck with back stock that doesn't go anywhere. Too little and we sell out immediately, and then everybody's mad because they got to go somewhere else if they want it. So we do this show, we make this post, we type this stuff up as a tool for you guys to use to make educated decisions regarding what you would like to order, because we get it, man. Comics are expensive in this day and age. You know, I guess movies are back, there's no concerts, but this is a nice little we're selling escapism is what we're doing for $4 for 15 minutes basically. And I know that's it adds up, and it's expensive, and so we want to make sure that you guys are enjoying what you're reading, and also that's again why we're giving you these tools so that you can use this information to, you know, plan for what it is that you would like to purchase. So that's what we do. That's why we do this show. This show kind of highlights some of the notable things that we want to call attention to. Some of the stuff are brand new series. Some of the books haven't been out in over a year, and if you were on the old one, you probably want the new one. So we're going to jump in with all of that information here in just a second. So the DC product that we're going to talk about is on FOC Sunday, October 25th. DC left Diamond, I think it's been 6 months now, which is pretty crazy. And so we have to do FOC a little different because my order with Lunar has to be in Sunday by 10 o'clock. I think it's 11 o'clock p.m., whatever time. So your requests for DC stuff need to be in to me Sunday morning, 11 a.m. Through the website, through an email, through Facebook messages, whatever. If you're in the store and you're making adjustments to your subscription on our very technical notepad, the cutoff for those is going to be Saturday night, because I come in Sunday, I grab the pad, I take it home, and then at some point in the evening, I sit down and yell in my living room because I have to order comic books.
Oh, what a lovely night.
Yeah, what a snapshot into John's glorious... It's a glorious life of a comic book store owner.
Some scotch with one of those
lots
ball,
of hair pulling.
Ball ice cubes in it.
Yes, exactly. For everything else that we're going to talk about, for Marvel, for Dynamite, for Boom, for Dark Horse, for IDW, all of those books are on FOC Monday, October 26th. Everything that we're talking about is in stores on November 18th, but for everybody else, we need your orders in by 11 a.m. on Monday, October 26th, because I come in here to the store, I sit down at the computer, and I continue to yell and scream and pull my hair out again. So if you guys haven't, please, the guys up at I Want More Comics on Monday night, Keith and Richie posted a literal, like, step-by-step tutorial of them walking through the FOC process. So if you haven't had a chance to check out...
I could never put that camera on you.
Oh, I know. There would be so much cursing and expletives and what the fucking... But you know, we talk about the books. They actually walked you through the process, and they showed you the cycle sheet information, which is something that people, you come in, you get your comics, and you go home, you read them. There's a lot more to it than that, and it was pretty cool. I was following along mostly to be an eavesdropper and to spy on the order numbers that they're doing. But it was cool because, again, we're all about transparency. I want you to know why TMNT The Last Ronin is going to be shorted when it comes out next week. So if you ever have questions about how any of this works, feel free to reach out to me. I'm very honest, and I'll be as transparent as possible with you. But that's why we do this show, yeah. Shake and bake.
Can't see me.
Magic Man. Now you
Man.
see me, now you don't. All right, so... if you would like to subscribe to anything that we are talking about on this list, please comment sub with the title. And what will happen is that will be added to your subscription so that you don't miss out on any of the future issues. If you just would like to pull a copy or multiple copies or multiple covers, all you have to comment is pull with the title, the cover that you would like to order, and the quantity that you would like to order. And we can make all of that happen like that, like waving a magical... wand that's really just John handcuffed to the desk in the back for 8 hours a day. Okay, so that's how it works. Sub and pull. If they're just one-shots, we can't subscribe you to them because it's just a one-shot. There's no number 2 that's going to come out. We had a lot of confusion with that with Punchline last week. Punchline is just a one-shot. There's nothing else coming after that. So, but I try to call attention to the one-shots to let you know so that you don't have to worry about asking for it to be added to your subscription. So, from Dark Horse this week, we talked about this a long time ago because it was originally supposed to come out a long time ago. From the world of Black Hammer, we have Barbalian Red Planet, number 1 of 5, written by Jeff Lemire with art by Tate Brombal and Gabriel Walta with Brombal. A groundbreaking new sci-fi action series, 5-issue miniseries set in the world of Eisner Award-winning Black Hammer universe about prejudice, honor, and identity. Mark Marks has found his place on Earth as both a decorated police officer and as the beloved superhero Barbalian. But in the midst of the AIDS crisis, hatred from all sides makes balancing these identities seem impossible, especially when a Martian enemy from the past hunts him down to take him back, dead or alive. Cover A on my side is by Gabriel Walta, who is also the interior artist. Cover B on Dom's side is by Odd Coke. Okay?
What?
That's, I don't know.
I got some Odd Coke.
Odd Coke. Odd, A-U-D. K-O-C-H. I'm probably butchering that. Koch?
Maybe Koch?
Odd Koch? I don't know what's better,
Got
Odd
some
Koch or Odd
got
Coke?
Odd Coke
I
or
don't
some
know.
Odd crotch. I mean Koch.
Crotch. I got some odd crotch, let me tell you. Okay, from DC this week, in stores on November 18th, we've got Batman number 103. Batman and Ghostmaker go toe-to-toe to decide which of them will remain Gotham City's hero. The city is changing faster than ever in the aftermath of the Joker War, and with this change comes increasing dangers as Gotham's citizens demand that Punchline be released from prison. Uh-oh. Plus, Harley Quinn faces certain death at the hands of Clown Hunter. Main cover, Clown Puncher. Main cover by Jorge Jimenez on my side with Clown Puncher and Ghostmaker, Moon Knight, and Batman. The B cover, though, has a very cool Harley, Batman, and Ghostmaker by Francesco Mattina. So Batman number 103.
Here's what I get.
What's
They're
that?
battling over the right
Yeah,
to take care of Gotham.
be a vigilante.
That place is a mess.
Yeah,
Gotham's
you
a mess.
probably
You think there's room for
want
number
you
two, plus the
shake
Outlaws
hands
and everything else.
team
that's
up. Probably because Ghostmaker wants to make ghosts of people and murder them, and Batman's like, I don't kill.
won't
I'm
be
against
missed.
killing. That's true.
Won't be missed. That's all I'm saying.
Next from DC this week comes Catwoman 27. Catwoman's going to be the top cat in Alleytown, and the first gang she's going to make an example of is the Kadam Mob by stealing a truck full of contraband from right under their nose. Catwoman, the Alleytown kids, the police, and the Kadam Mob all converge in a high-speed heist. What do you get when you mix a cat, 3 kids, and a truck full of contraband speeding through the streets of Alleytown? One hell of a truck robbery, that's what. Main cover, what'd you say?
Lots of smells.
Lots of smells. Main cover is by Joelle Jones. Variant cover over there on Dom's side is by Jenny Frison. Still killing it. Making that kitty purr.
That's right.
Catwoman number 27. Okay, here we go. The next book to be released as part of the DC Black Label magazine, oversized. This week we have The Other History of the DC Universe, number 1 of 5. Academy Award-winning screenwriter John Ridley from 12 Years a Slave and Let It Fall examines the mythology of the DC Universe in this compelling new miniseries that reframes iconic moments of DC history and charts a previously unexplored socio-political thread as seen through the prism of DC superheroes who come from traditionally disenfranchised groups. There's a lot of big words in that.
Yes. Understand it.
Ay, Dios mío. This unique new series presents its story as prose by Ridley, married with beautifully realized illustrations by Giuseppe Camuncoli and Andrea Cucci. Issue number 1 follows the story of Jefferson Pierce, the man who will one day become Black Lightning, as he makes his way from being a young track star to a teacher and ultimately to his role as a hero. Future issues focus on characters such as Karen and Mal Duncan, Tatsu Yamashiro, and Renee Montoya. And extensively researched and masterfully executed, The Other History of the DC Universe promises to be an experience unlike any other. You may think you know the history of the DC Universe, but the truth is far more complex. It's not about saving the world, it's about having the strength to simply be who you are. Main cover is by Giuseppe Camuncoli, and it is fantastic. The B cover over there by Dom is the Jamal Campbell variant. It is also fantastic. $6.99. I got a call to attention that it presents its story as prose with illustrations. So it's going to be different than a traditional comic book that's got panels all over the place. It's going to be more in the line of a true graphic novel. So there's going to be a lot of text and some pictures, but not panels with comics in it. Okay, $6.99, 5-issue miniseries. Number 1 is on FOC on Sunday.
Randy won't be getting that one.
Who's that? Randy.
won't be getting that
No, he can't read.
Words.
That's right. I'm jazzed about this next one. These two creative team members did a series a couple of years ago called Road of Bones that was about the haunting of some of the
Spit it out, man.
I'm trying to think, concentration camps and things like that during the Nazi occupation of Germany and everything else during World War II. This is called Sea of Sorrows. It is also a 5-issue miniseries. Deep sea adventure with a horrific twist. Did anybody see that movie that had the lady from the Vampire Diaries that was also it was like an undersea horror movie?
Little Mermaid?
No. Damn it. Shape of Water? No. Waterworld? No.
Finding Dory?
Yeah. Finding Dory. Just keep swimming. I can't remember what it was called. From the creative team behind last year's hit horror series Road of Bones comes an all-new tale of bone-chilling terror. Haha, bone. In the aftermath of the Great War, the North Atlantic is ripe for plunder by independent salvage crews. When a former naval officer hires the SS Vagabond, he leads the ship to a sunken U-boat and a fortune in gold. Tensions mount as the crew prepares to double-cross each other, but the darkness of the ocean floor holds deeper terrors than any of them have bargained for. Plunge headfirst into the icy waters of dread with another historic tale of terror from writer Rich Duke and artist Alex Cormack.
Wow.
Sea of Sorrows, number 1.
Story of Joe Roman.
Yeah, right?
Sea of Sorrows.
And again, so Road of Bones, when it came out, sold out immediately. We didn't go heavy on it. Sold out immediately. What? What'd you say?
I liked it.
Randy liked it.
Randy, don't read.
Randy liked it. He really liked it. It went on to a second print and a third print, so don't miss out. Get your orders in by Monday. Sea of Sorrows from IDW, Rich Duke, and Alex Cormack. Randy says he's in, so that's 1. We got 1. Randy wants 2. Next from Image this week, or this is from Image, sorry, that was IDW. From Image this week comes The Darkness number 1 25th Anniversary Commemorative Edition. They just did one for Witchblade maybe a month ago, so here is The Darkness. Celebrate the 25th anniversary of The Darkness with this deluxe commemorative edition of the first issue. Writer Garth Ennis from Preacher and The Boys and legendary artist Mark Silvestri from Cyberforce introduce Mafia hitman Jackie Estacado and the ancient power of the darkness. This limited edition will only be printed once, and a set limited quantity will be available based on orders, so don't miss out. $4.99 for the A cover, which is, of course, it's the same as the regular A cover. That might be our terminal. Yeah, cool. Now, Image is offering some variants for this book. The variants are not cover price. I just have to point that out. So the B cover on Dom's side, which is phenomenal, but my man Stiapun Shayek is $10. Okay? Dom cover, $10.
That's awesome.
We're going to bump down a line. This, if you don't remember, was an incentive cover for the original Darkness, but it was all black, and it had black kind of glossy ink that you could see his face on. This is the red version that is kind of being repurposed for the commemorative edition. Also, $10. Okay, Mark Silvestri cover. The Virgin Mark Silvestri red cover that is on Dom's side, $20. Okay? So, regular kind of facsimile 25th anniversary up at the top was $5 cover price. Stiapun Shayek, $10. Cover C by Mark Silvestri, $10. Virgin Mark Silvestri, $20. I just want to let you all know. Because everybody's going to be like, oh, I want that B cover. Well, it's going to be $10. It's a good cover, though. $10, little man. Next from Image, this is what I was talking about earlier. This we haven't seen a new issue of 7 to Eternity for probably an eternity. 7 eternities. I was bad. I'm sorry. I apologize. Wah, wah, bum, bum, ba-da. The final story arc to 7 to Eternity starts with issue number 14, which you see on your screen right there. The Springs of Zal, Part 1. The journey nears its end. Adam and the Mud King must make a final sacrifice before it does. The origin of the springs revealed, one giant evil consumes everything, and you celebrate it excitedly. Cover A on my side is by Jerome Opeña, who's the interior artist on the book. Cover B over there on Dom's side is by Julian Totino Tedesco. If you're like, what the hell is that about? That doesn't make any sense. I can't explain it to you because it also doesn't make sense. It is insane. It's a mix of science fiction and fantasy. It's amazing. It's written by Rick Remender. The artwork is phenomenal. Check it out. We have the first 3 trade paperbacks that get you caught up to this point, and then you can jump on with issue number 14. Okay? Here we go. Marvel's got a bunch. Oh, let's do our mid Marvel stretch. First for Marvel this week, we've got Marvel Snapshot Avengers #1, just a one-shot. The Marvel Snapshot tour through Marvel history takes a romantic and destructive turn during the Michelini-Byrne-Perez Avengers era. Take one rookie cop, add one new-to-the-city emergency medical technician, and make their meet-cute a devastating battle between the Avengers and a giant rampaging robot. What comes next? Only Barbara Randall Kessel, Hawk and Dove and Ultra Girl, and Staz Johnson can tell you. Featuring Iron Man, The Beast, Wonder Man, Count Nefaria, and more. Cover A, Alex Ross. Cover B on Dom's side is by Staz Johnson, and that is the person who is doing the interior artwork on the book. So, $4.99, just a one-shot, Marvel's Snapshot Avengers. Next from Marvel, we've got Captain America 25. To rescue the Daughters of Liberty trapped in Madripoor, Captain America and his closest allies marshal their forces, but waiting in the wings for them is the reborn Red Skull.
Oh boy.
Plus the debut of the all-new Agent 13, plus a second celebratory story by Michael Cho. Main cover right there is by Alex Ross. Variant cover on Dom's side is the Phoenix variant by Salvador LaRocca. We've got the awesome Jeffrey Verege Native Voices cover right there. It's fantastic. And last but not least, we've got a Scotty Young cover on Captain America #25. $4.99 for any 4 of those open-to-order covers, okay?
I love reading those.
Are you reading
covers.
the... Yeah,
Yes.
It's so good.
Oh,
It's so great. Slow-mo moving away from explosion. Okay, next we've got Immortal Hulk #40. So here's the skinny. Hulk's lower than he ever was. He's stuck in an iron hotel built just for him, and there's a new Sasquatch guarding the door. If he gets through him and the rest of Gamma Flight, all he wins is an airlock to open space. It's a rigged game with no way to win. Only Joe Fixit never learned how to lose. Main cover, which is awesome. Look at the Hulk's expression in the mirror there. That is by Mr. Alex Ross. The She-Hulk Phoenix variant is by somebody with the last name of Clark over there on Dom's side. We've also got a Jeffrey Verege Native Voices variant that is rad.
That is cool.
Right there. And there's a fourth cover that is also a Scotty Young cover. However, it is a spoiler variant, so I don't have an image for that.
You won't.
Okay. Spoiler variant by Scotty the Main Man Young. Okay. Speaking of Marvel's voices, this is a one-shot. It's called Marvel's Indigenous Voices that's coming out next. Marvel, right? Dude, all the covers for this.
Cool.
Just wait. There's even one that we don't have an image for. We'll talk about that here in a second. Marvel celebrates Indigenous history with a star-studded special. Today's hottest Native American and Indigenous talent make their Marvel Comics debut with a collection of supercharged stories as Marvel celebrates National Native American Heritage Month. Celebrated writer and artist Jeffrey Verege explores the legacy of Marvel's incredible cast of Indigenous characters. Hugo, Nebula, and Locus award-winning Black Oke Owinge writer, I don't know what that means, Rebecca Roanhorse, and Tongva Whitefish. Wait a minute. I'm sorry. And Tongva artist, I'm going to butcher all of these names. Weshiat Alvitre tell an echo tale like none you've heard before. Geoscientist and Lipan Apache writer Darcy Little Badger joins acclaimed Whitefish Lake First Nation artist Kyle Charles for a Danny Moonstar story that's out of this world. And Bram Stoker winning horror writer Stephen Graham Jones of the Blackfeet Nation teams up with Qualipu Micmac First Nation artist David Cutler to revisit one of the darkest spots of X-Men history. There's a lot of names on that one that yeah. The main cover that you are seeing on your screen right there is by Jim Terry. There is a Jeffrey so the cover that's over there by Dom is a Jeffrey Verege Moonstar, Danny Moonstar variant cover.
That's awesome.
There is also a Jeffrey Verege Ghost Rider variant that we don't have an image of. And then if you bump down a row, we've got David Mack killing it on that cover right there. I know, with Echo on the cover. And over there on Dom's side, we've also got Afua Richardson with another amazing Danny Moonstar cover. So Marvel's Indigenous Voices, just a one-shot, $4.99 for any. There's technically 5 covers, but we're missing the Verege Ghost Rider cover. But there you've got 4 of them that are open to order. Okay? Some killer choices there, kids. I don't know how you make a decision. Okay, here we go. Here is the start. I just had to order all of King in Black yesterday because it was on initial order. This is the first thing that's going to lead into King in Black. This is Symbiote Spider-Man King in Black #1 of 5. For those of you following along with us, this is going to be the 3rd Symbiote Spider-Man story. It's all written by Peter David. It's all drawn by Greg Land. They are stories of Spider-Man when he was very first in the black costume. So here we go. Null, the King in Black, has set his sights on Earth, but as avid Marvelites already know, his hand has been at work at the edge of the Marvel Universe for years. In this series, witness one of Null's earliest attempts at birthing life from the darkness of non-creation. From superstar creators Peter David and Greg Land comes a titanic tie-in tale to this year's winter epic King in Black. Here's what sucks. I don't have the A cover, so we're going to try to look this up along with maybe the Jeffrey Verege Ghost Rider. Symbiote Spider-Man #1, cover A, is by Greg Land. I didn't have an image for that last night when I typed this up. There is a black blank variant that you are seeing right there on your screen, and I dig how they did the King in Black logo at the top left corner without taking up a lot of space on the blank. That's awesome. Cover C over on Dom's side is also fantastic. That's Carrie Randolph killing it on that one. And then there's a 4th open to order cover. There's a super log variant So we're missing 2 of the 4 covers for Symbiote, Spider-Man, King in Black. They're all $4.99, 5-issue miniseries. This is going to start. I mean, it's kind of it's a story out of continuity because again, it's from back when Spider-Man was first in the black suit. But it's going to start to weave the threads that you're going to see happen in the greater King in Black, Venom, Black Cat, all that stuff. Okay. Symbiote, Spider-Man, King in Black, number 1. Speaking of Venom, here we go. Venom number 30 is on FOC on Monday. This is the face-melting finale to Venom Beyond by Donny Cates and special guest illustrator Luke Ross. Trapped at the mercy of the dangerous new foe called Codex, there he is right there on the cover, Eddie Brock will have to make an impossible choice. Cover A is by Jeff Shaw right there on your screen. There's also a B cover by Ryan Stegman, but I don't have an image for that either. So there you go, Venom number 30. After this issue, then we're full into King in Black. So this is the finale of the Venom Beyond story arc. Okay? Finally, from Marvel this week, it seems like it's been a bunch, we have Widowmaker's Red Guardian Yelena Belova number 1. Just a one-shot. Of course, this was originally supposed to come out with the Black Widow movie. Now it's going to be in stores in November, even though Black Widow got pushed back to next year. I hope they're not going to change it on us again. Devin Grayson, one of the creators of Yelena Belova, the Red Room recruit who once nearly killed Natasha Romanoff, returns with a brand new story drawn by rising star Michelle Bandini. Yelena has spent years trying to figure out who she is. Once she thought the Black Widow mantle was her destiny, but fate had other plans. Now the past is catching up with her, and with Alexei Shostakov, a.k.a. the Red Guardian. Alexei has worn many titles, including husband to Natasha, but while the Widow played her avenging games, the Red Guardian waited in the shadows. Now a new day is dawning, and this time no one will stand in his way. $4.99 for this one-shot. Main cover right there is by Mike McCone. Variant cover on Dom's side is by Ji Hyung Lee. Then we have, down below, we have Chris Samney, who's doing a Marvel Cinematic Universe cover right there, featuring Taskmaster and Red Guardian and Widow and Yelena. And then we have, on Dom's side, Jeffrey Verege knocking it out of the park with another Native Voices cover. So all 4 of those open to order, $4.99, just a one-shot. Widowmakers, Red Guardian, and Yelena Belova. Okay? From Titan this week, we have a brand new ongoing series called Doctor Who Comics number 1. Doctor Who returns with a comic debut of iconic 70s with a comic debut of an iconic 70s TV villain. After narrowly escaping the Weeping Angels and the Autons in 1960s London, the 10th and 13th Doctor must team up once again to save present-day Earth from being overrun by the classic aquatic villain, the Sea Devils. Who else can they turn to for help but Rose Tyler, leader of the Human Resistance? Cover A by Peach Momoko. Cover B on Dom's side is the photo cover. Cover C right here we have by Christopher Jones, Cover D over there on Dom's side is by Mirka Andolfo. Cover E down below here is by Rachel Stott. Cover F on Dom's side is the blank cover. And then just announced today, cover G is the FOC exclusive Peach Momoko. I think it's going to be a Virgin sketch cover.
That's cool.
Yes. $3.99 for any of those. Doctor Who comic number 1. It's a new ongoing series. Okay? From Vault this week, we talked about this last week. It's on FOC again. We've got Dark Interlude number 1. It's the sequel to Fearscape. I didn't read Fearscape from Vault. I don't know what that was. The solicit for this doesn't make a lot of sense. It's the only... I don't know. So I don't have any way really of promoting this. We didn't have anybody that was on Fearscape. But if you'd like to check it out, let us know. Cover A is by Ariella Christiantina. It is. Cover B on Dom's side is by Daniel Gooden. cover C on my side down here is by Rebecca Isaacs, which is also very cool. I don't know who the Squarehead man is, but yeah.
Ice Cube on fire.
Ice Cube and Ice T, that's what happens when they get together. Spitting fire. Dark Interlude #1 from the folks at Vault. I wish I had a better way to pitch that to you, but I don't. I'm sorry.
You're a scared person.
Okay, that brings us to our subsequent print speculation section, brought to you by Mr. Oscar Cassis.
Hey, bro. Are you second prints?
Why, yes, Oscar. Yes, we do. First off, from Aftershock. So the whole point of this segment is to shed some light on subsequent printings that are available for you to order at Final Order Cutoff. Second prints are usually much smaller print runs than the originals, and lately they've been going for more on the secondary market the day that they come out. So if you want to speculate a little bit, here's the tools at hand for you to do so. First off, from Aftershock, this was the first book that Aftershock came out with post their announcement that they partnered with a production company to turn their properties into something more than just comics. And as a result, man, you saw it flew out of off shelves. I don't know if we have any copies left. First prints are selling for $10+ on eBay. So here you go. Here's the second print right there at the top of We Live #1.
The color, man.
Yeah. So for those of you that don't know, the first issue had a gatefold cover that opened up into this beautiful picture. This is going to be the same. I would assume it's going to be a gatefold cover instead of just a wraparound. But the colors on this are amazing. Brought to you by the Miranda brothers. The year's 2084. The world has changed, racked by calamities and crawling with monsters. The last remaining humans face a dangerous existence. And now the Earth has been sent a message from the deepest reaches of space, a dark countdown to the extinction of all humanity. But there is hope. 5,000 children will be rescued by this mysterious message senders. This is the journey of Hototo, one of the lucky 5,000, but only if his teenage sister Tala can safely deliver him to the nearest beacon before time runs out. We Die, it's supposed to be We Live, is a world of violence and beauty, a unique tale of the apocalypse as told by Inaki and Roy Miranda that invites both dread and hope. So second print, issue #1 on FOC on Monday. Okay, I made a post about this, I think it was last week. I don't want to talk about it. It's so infuriating. So this book comes out next week. TMNT, The Last Ronin #1. It is arguably IDW's largest release that they've had in probably the last 3 or 4 years. I didn't know this until we got information about this book right here. Apparently, IDW prints their comics overseas. As a result of that, they don't follow FOC procedures. So the whole reason that this system exists, that we're doing Final Order Cutoff, is so that we can order comic books. Those orders get sent to whatever the distributor is, whether it's Lunar for DC or Diamond for everybody else. Diamond then compiles those numbers from all the retailers across the world, sends those numbers to the publisher. The publisher gets that information Tuesday morning, and they say, okay, look at this. Shops ordered 127,000 copies of TMNT Last Ronin #1. We're going to set the print run for that book at this number to accommodate for shortages, for damages, to have some extras in the channel in case, it's a surprise hit. And then that book is printed. Because IDW circumvents the entire FOC process, and because they have to print their comics overseas, they set the print number for TMNT Last Ronin #1 before we did Final Order Cutoff. So when the numbers came back at Final Order Cutoff, retailers had ordered more copies of the book than IDW had already printed, which means that we are now getting allocated. We are only getting, I think it's 80, I did the math, I think it was 82% of what we originally ordered for the first print of this book that comes out next week. They did this for everybody. Everybody who ordered this comic was allocated 80-some% of their order, which is absolutely shitty because first of all, this is going to be magazine size, so it's going to be bigger. It's going to be black label sized from DC. Diamond, because they're fulfilling the orders for this book, they don't have a great track record with sizes of things that are not comic books. Their comic boxes, all of their shipping and packaging product is based on a standard, regular-sized comic book. If we get shorted or if we get damages of this, they're not going to get replaced because we've already gotten our order cut in, by 20 or 16, 18%, which is, it sucks. It totally sucks. We went big on this book knowing that it was going to come out every other month, so we need copies of number 1 for approximately 10 months to satisfy people who are going to come into it late. But at the same time, if you didn't have this on your hold slot before FOC, I can't guarantee you that you're going to get a first print. And here we go. So here's the second print of TMNT. I'm sorry, that was a lot of talking, but I want you to know what happens so that when you come in, and here's the other shitty part, okay? First print copies, retailers are already listing first print copies of this book on eBay, and they're selling for $40 to $50 a piece, which is insane. It's insane. If you didn't have Last Ronin on your pull, and you would like to add it now, you will get fulfilled with a second print copy of number 1, and then first prints of 2, 3, 4, and 5. If you would like to just order a second print, this is that book. This is the second print of Last Ronin number 1. We made a post about this last week. We confirmed with the people that replied to the post. If you're joining us late, we've been talking about this for months now. It sucks. The whole situation sucks. It's a crappy situation to be in. But this is the second print. It's on FOC on Monday. This is not due in stores, I think, until sometime in December. Let me look. Let me check. Sorry, I should have had that in the. I typed it up when I typed it up on Friday, I think it was. So Last Ronin number 1, second printing, December 2nd is when that is due in stores. And again, it doesn't matter because they've already set the print run for this stupid thing, and I'm having to FOC it on Monday. So we will order some copies. I don't know how many. We'll probably get allocated whatever percentage because they've. It's just rubbing salt in the wound at this point to have the second print on FOC when you screwed us on the first print that was on FOC earlier this month.
Yeah.
I'm going to stop now.
It's where there's really no FOC for it.
Right, there's no reason. Then just go.
We're going to get what we're going to get.
But I digress. Sorry, that's Angry Grumpy John. It just pisses me off because I want to have copies for people. I want to have copies on the rack so that people can come in because this is inevitably going to draw new and old Turtle fans alike into comic book stores, and I may not be able to satisfy those people with a copy of the comic. It just sucks. So anyway, Last Ronin number 1, second print. There you go. Okay, from Marvel this week. Holy crap! Can you say second prints? Look at that list. So we've got Avengers number 36, second print. Cable number 5, second print. Captain Marvel 22, second print. Hellions number 5, second print. Miles Morales Spider-Man 19, second print. New Mutants 13, second print. Star Wars 7, second print. Star Wars Darth Vader 6, second print. Strange Academy number 1, 5th printing. For Strange Academy number 1. Come on, man.
Oh, my God.
Thor number 8, second print. Venom 27, fourth print. And Warhammer 40K. Who thought a Warhammer comic would get a second print? Yeah, there it is.
I've seen people requesting it.
Warhammer 40K number 1,
You see
second
Oscar,
print.
he's like that guy in the yellow suit behind the tree going,
Yeah, he's like, ooh, look at that list. I'll take that one, and that one, and that one. There you go. So there's your Marvel second prints, okay? That brings us to our almost last segment. Who does number 2 work for?
Who does number 2 work for? Who does number 2 work for?
That's right, buddy. You show that turd who's boss.
Show that turd who is boss. So,
Twos are turds?
twos are turds. Not always.
Not always.
Twos are turds because a lot of times I have to order number 2s before there's any sales data for number 1, so I'm just guessing. A lot of times, you know, like We Live, for example. Number 1 was a huge hit. It sold out everywhere. A lot of that, I think, may have been due to speculation because people were buying it up because, you know, it's selling for 10, 12, 15 bucks on eBay. So those people that bought number 1 for the ulterior purposes besides reading a comic book for the entertainment value will never pick up a copy of number 2. It just doesn't happen. There's no reason to. All the values in number 1. It's a first print. It's first appearance of all these characters. Number 2s are always under-ordered because we don't know, we don't know what response is going to be. I'm sorry, Randy. It's right here under the camera, huh? You can see
Get on your
Randy's
knees, Randy. Get on your knees.
Randy's big ball. There he is. Ah! Everybody just spit their milk out. Who the hell was that?
What the hell?
So number 2s are always under-ordered, which is why we call them to attention here, so that you can be aware in case you bought We Live last week off the rack and you read it and you loved it, but you forgot to tell us when you picked your books up this week that you wanted it added onto your poll. Now is the time. If I could just get all of my people who are subscribers to watch this video, that would be helpful.
Yes.
Maybe we'll have to do a contest or something. But anyway, We Live number 2 from Aftershock. The encounter with the Bengal Ripper puts the group's survival to the test. Their lives now rest on Simon's shoulders, but in the Broken Lands, every wrong step comes with a consequence. Tala and Hototo, I just like to say that, Hototo, now joined by their new friends Humbo and Alice, find themselves dragged onto a new and unsafe path. Reaching the train to Mother Megalopolis 9 is becoming an uncertain milestone.
Way too long a word.
Mother Megalopolis? Or,
Mother Megalopolis.
yeah, that's a lot.
9.
Mother Megalopolis 9. What about 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2,
Not
1?
important.
Okay, from DC this week, this one just came out yesterday. We've got Batman White Knight presents Harley Quinn number 2 of 6. Gotham City's elusive serial killer, the Starlet, who made her first appearance in issue number 1, just by the way, and her mysterious benefactor reach the pinnacle of their power, terrorizing the city and teasing the GCPD with strange clues and a famous new victim. Harley goes rogue and hunts down a shocking major lead in the case, but her ruthless style backfires and she puts herself at the mercy of Commissioner Montoya for a shot at redemption. When FBI head agent Hector Quimby becomes an ally in a crucial moment, he and Harley forge a partnership that will soon take them down a familiar and ominous road. Cover A has got Ivy on it by Sean Gordon Murphy. Cover B on Dom's side is by Matteo Scalera. Batman White Knight Harley Quinn number 2 of 6. Next, from Image this week, we've got Commanders in Crisis number 2. Number 1 came out a couple of weeks ago. The Crisis Command, last survivors of the multiverse, are faced with an impossible task: avenging the death of an idea. The DOA is empathy itself, and while empathy withers and dies across the world, Originator uses her abilities to bring the John Doe back for 24 hours to reveal the name of his killer. Cover A on my side is by David Tinto, who is also the interior artist on the book. I don't know what's going on with cover B, but that looks freaking awesome. By Paul Harding with the B cover there. It's like Brainiac and Bane. Maybe it's Brainiac. I don't know. I got nothing. And then cover C is by Laura Braga. So Commanders in Crisis number 2. A, B, and C are all open to order. If you picked it up a couple weeks ago and read it and enjoyed it, let us know so we can either add it to your subscription or pull a copy of number 2 for you. Lastly, from Vault this week, we have Devil's Red Bride number 2. This came out last week. Grim Ketsuko and bumbling Fube have agreed to lead the arrogant Ronin through the woods and over the mountain. To grandmother's house we go. Just kidding, that wasn't part of the solicit. Thank you. But death walks freely in the night as the dishonored samurai are stalked by shadows of the black-tongued ninja and a devil who walks among them. Cover A is by John Bivens. Cover B on Dom's side is by Nathan Gooden. Devil's Red Bride #2 from Vault. And that's it. The last thing that we leave you with is the entire list of all of the things that are on FOC comic book wise. Sunday for DC, Monday for everybody else. The DC stuff doesn't have any item codes, so you just have to kind of Google those that text description. But below the DC stuff, everything is broken down by publisher. In the column over here by me are the DC item codes. So all you have to do, what are we going to look up? What do you think?
Symbiote Spider-Man?
Okay, let's check. Yeah, let's check that one out. So we're going to look for Symbiote Spider-Man King in Black #1, just the A cover, because we have the black blank, we have the Randolph, we don't have the super log. Not that I have a log. I didn't say I had a log. Copy that item code, paste that into a web browser of your choice. The very first item that returns in the search is the previewsworld.com listing for that item, and no whammies, no whammy sauce. We got whammied. Image coming soon. But anyway, you can use all of this information. Should we check on the? Let's check on the Marvel Voices Jeffrey Verege Ghost Rider one. Let's just see. I doubt it. Marvel Voices.
Verege?
The Ghost Rider Verege. So go up like 2.
Oh, this one.
Right there, yeah. Because I also didn't have that last night when I was doing the type up, write up. Open another web browser, paste that sucker in there. No whammies, no whammies, no whammies. Oh, we got one! 1 out of 2, that ain't bad.
Oh, sorry guys.
So there you go. There is the Jeffrey Verege Ghost Rider Marvel's Indigenous Voices one-shot cover right there for your eye holes. So use this list. You have all day today, Saturday, and then most of the day on Sunday for most things. Go through the list. Get your orders over to us. Sunday at 11 a.m. is the cutoff for DC. Monday at 11 a.m. is the cutoff for everybody else. As long as you get your orders in, you are good to go. So that's it. That's all for the show. Make sure you guys join us tonight. We'll be on live from 5 to 7 p.m. Mountain Time right here on Face Space. Randy and I are furiously pricing 2 long boxes of Silver and Bronze Age Marvel comics. There's some cool books out there, guys. Avengers, Captain America, Amazing Spider-Man, Incredible Hulk, Iron Man, literally every X-Men. We finally have some Silver Age X-Men, which we haven't had in forever. So make sure you join us tonight on the show, 5 to 7, right here, same bat time, different bat channel.
That's right.
And we'll hopefully see you this weekend. I'm John. Have a great weekend, guys. Be safe, and it's supposed to snow, so stay warm. Peace.